On today's show, a girls' weekend like you've never seen before. They pick up shotguns and look out, ducks and geese. Next, there's a tiny town of folks in northwest Minnesota where the population doubles during goose hunting season. What's good for the goose is good for the town.
Free.
Hunting season is in the air, so let's go afield with a poodle. Yes, you heard me right, a poodle.
Good boy.
And our Minnesota-bound classic this week features a favorite tree of fall, the Larix laricinea. Know that one? You might know it as the Tamarack. Those stories and more next.
Minnesota Bound. Brought to you by Minnesota's Select GMC dealers.
Hi, everybody. Raven and I welcome you to the show. And as you can see, we have a very special guest with us, daughter Laura. Now, our first story is about a hunting trip that Laura took that was, shall we say, unusual?
It was a little unusual. Instead of doing a girls' night out, Dad, we decided to do a girls' weekend of bonding out in the hunting field.
Well, this is 8% alcohol. Now we know why she went for it.
Yeah.
We've all heard of a girls' night out. But how about a girls' bonding weekend in the hunting field?
1, 2, 3.
We want to know if you brought cucumber slices for our eyes. We're going to be laying for a little bit.
That's right. Instead of gathering over manicures and martinis, we chose duck boats, pheasant fields, and goose blinds at a place called Watson's Hunting Camp near Montevideo, Minnesota.
Out here at the hunting camp, we have guides that take people on a regular basis, real friendly for the novice hunter. So we're a women-friendly hunting camp. Come!
Some lady hunters were veterans.
Take 'em.
Others, not so much.
There's 6 of us, all different degrees of experience and years of hunting.
Experienced or not, one thing for certain, we showed up prepared.
That's not much for just 2 nights here.
With 3 types of hunting on the agenda, well, that requires a few wardrobe changes.
We do a waterfowl hunt on water. We're gonna go out and do a pheasant hunt in the afternoon. And then in the morning, we're gonna go on a goose hunt.
First up, at the crack of dawn, waterfowl hunting.
Go to Walmart and get some more shells.
So this is what we're gonna do, right? Okay. So we're gonna get up, and then we're gonna kind of crawl like this way, and then like shoot that way.
Being told what to do and actually doing it are 2 different things.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
Oh, come on!
I have no idea where my shots are going. I know that they are leaving my gun, and that's pretty much it.
Maybe we just needed to sharpen our shooting eyes.
Oh, really good shot.
Up next, ringnecks.
Come on, Cutter. Shoot him!
And shoot we did.
Rooster!
The next morning was the 3rd and final stop, the goose blind.
from the diaphragm, right, Chuck?
Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Kill him, kill him, kill him.
If I wasn't in the blind, I'd be doing a victory dance. Goose hunting was really fun, partly for the laying down and relaxing till the geese came, but partly because it just was an easier target. You're closer, so it was really fun.
Fun was a key word for the weekend. As it didn't matter who shot what or how many times the trigger was pulled. It was the sharing of the passion for the outdoors that created connection.
I loved it. From not being able to sleep in terms of nervousness and excitement, to getting up, being completely dark, to getting out in that boat, and then that first moment when the guide said, "Okay, girls, get your guns out." Exciting from start to finish.
Here's to enjoying what we harvested today, which is directly field to table. It doesn't get any better than that, right? Right. All right, here we go. Cheers. Fun weekend.
Good friends, good food, great hunting equals a good time.
If there's one thing a tiny town in northwest Minnesota knows how to do is to throw a goose hunting party. And you're invited.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers, Ice Force, Star Bank, Radco Truck Accessories, and by Evinrude, the official outboard motor of Minnesota Bound.
Welcome back. Our next story is about a goose hunting adventure. Now, Laura, you tried that, right?
I did. It was a lot of fun.
You did like goose hunting.
I loved it.
Well, our next story is about a small town in northwest Minnesota that celebrates goose hunting like no other. Bill Shirk has the story.
Birds of a feather flock together long before sunup.
Oh yeah, beautiful morning.
Corey Loeffler's crew beat most morning alarms. Together, these hunters settle in to chase Minnesota geese.
Looking for the birds to kind of funnel in, using the ditch as a sort of a blocker on one side.
I really like targeting the Canada goose.
They're more vocal creatures and you can talk back and forth to them.
Autumn hunters live and breathe and honk this hardcore fall lifestyle. So do the rest of the folks back in one tiny Minnesota town.
I think the last census was 285.
But not today.
For a small town, they put on a good show. Come early and stay late because you're going to miss out on something if you don't.
Welcome to Middle River, Minnesota. I guess the sign out on the edge of town tells the story. Minnesota's goose capital, home to all this.
I want to ride that. Well, this is the 41st year of the Goose Festival, and I've been working with it just 41 years. We have the festival parade, we have the kiddie parade.
And of course, any good goose festival worth a gander includes this. The sweet sound of people trying to talk smart and all goose-like.
Even if you've never blown a goose call, you can go enter the goose calling competition, and it's fun.
We have a goose calling contest, goose cook-off. It just goes on and on.
The goose cooking, a tough sport in this town, unless your name is Corey.
Team number 3. Defending, reigning Goose Cook-Off champion. Pretty proud of that trophy. It's a tough one to get. You like a little bit of heat? Our recipe, last year we did a boneless buffalo wing. We're gonna duplicate that again this year because my grandpa always told me if it's not broke, don't fix it.
I voted number 3.
It's kind of a national holiday for people from Middle River. I mean, they come from other states for this. You know, it's marked on the calendar and they have to be here because it's family.
What a way to celebrate fall, and a big bird with the knack for talking back.
Let's go. Coming up, these fancy dogs have hunting experience that dates back to the Middle Ages. Not convinced yet? Then stay tuned.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Connecticut.
So, Dad, you've been hunting behind black labs for years. Could you ever imagine hunting behind a different breed?
I'd have to cover Raven's ears. She's not paying any attention to us anyway, so maybe.
Well, this next guy hunts with a very rare breed that has curly hair.
Some stereotypes never seem to end.
Well, are you sure that they know how to hunt?
Among America's bird hunters, it's an age-old question. Poodles? Hunt? Cue everybody laughing, right?
The poodles are a breed here in the United States that have been kind of like overlooked. Their hunting ability is just fantastic.
Need four-legged proof? It's in the field.
Nice shot.
Let's go. This is Gus. Gus is a full standard poodle. He's 8 years old, 75 pounds. He's been hunting with me since he was a pup. Several years ago, I was in South Dakota traveling on a business, and I seen somebody out there who was hunting with a poodle, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Robert and his wife Debbie became poodle producers, raising pups, training, and selling them for, you guessed it, hunting.
Good boy, out. Good boy. The reason why I got the name the Poodle Guy is everybody knew my dogs' names. And through that time, they never knew who I was. So as always, there was Gus, Sebastian, Meadow, Willow, and that's the Poodle Guy over there, so we'll talk to him about the poodles.
We like to cater to the hunter, the guy that wants to, you know, grab his dog at the end of a work day and go out in the field for a couple hours and come back home and the dog be a family dog. And that seems to be really appealing both for hunter and family. They don't shed, and you know, who doesn't love that? Who doesn't want to have to, you know, sweep up after their dog and stuff? And they are hypoallergenic. They actually have the closest fur to human hair.
When you see the puff balls around the ankles or something like that, or even on their hips, that's actually supposed to be for insulation for their joints. And the rest is shaved down so they can be good swimmers.
She's like, I'm being goofy.
Will poodles roust ringnecks for me? It's time to find out.
All right, is everybody focused? It seems like everybody is attentive, ready to flush some pheasants. One, sit. Gus. 2, 3. They're ready to go. All right, we are ready.
Gus is hot. Here.
Too low.
I guess if you want to see a poodle retrieve, the pheasant has to come down, you think?
Hunt him up, Sebastian. He definitely is on to something. Find it. Good job, Willow.
Okay, there's the proof. And nobody should be surprised, considering the poodle's family tree starts in Europe.
They use them for all types of hunting over there, and herding, tracking. The Russian, German hunting dogs have the webbed feet, just like all the other dogs, and straight webs all the way through. little bit of difference about a poodle on the hunting aspect is their intelligence really plays in how they hunt. They really will break down a field, and if they do find a certain area where they put in their memory banks that there's always usually a bird in that kind of situation, they'll seek it out.
Good boy.
So goodbye stereotype.
Can you believe that's 10 years old right there? No
10
way.
years.
Just like you can't judge a book by its cover.
Good girl. Look at that. Nice work, guys.
You can't judge a hunting dog by its curly coat.
Hey there, Bill Shirk, the man about the woods. I have a new favorite toy when I'm out in the woods. This little guy, it's a titanium bush cooker stove. These things literally are getting hot these days. You no longer need to take white gas or sterno into the woods. You just take a few dry twigs off the nearest dead tree and you're cooking. The amazing part is these things will boil a pot of water darn near as fast as your gas stove, sometimes even faster when you're using the right kind of dry wood. I didn't believe it either until I tried it. You also have a windscreen along, and it allows you to cook in any sort of weather condition. This is a 4-dog titanium bush cooker, and literally it's in my pack now on every trip because you need nothing but dry wood in the woods. Test out a titanium bush cooker. It's a fun way to cook. Believe me, these things work.
Up next, it might look like an evergreen in summer, but don't let it fool you. In the fall, it turns golden yellow. What tree is that? You'll find out.
Minnesota Bound, brought to you by Borderview Lodge, Ellsworth Creamery, and by Totem Resorts.
Time now for our Minnesota Bound Classic, a favorite story of mine. Laura, have you ever heard of the Tamarack Tree?
I haven't.
Well, let me tell you what, you're missing out on something because when autumn comes, the tamarack turns to gold. It's a tree lovelier than poetry, to paraphrase Joyce Kilmer. It's also a tree most of us see without knowing what we see. Call it poetic justice for the tamarack tree. It looks like an evergreen one day, only to look days later like an autumn maple.
The tamarack's an interesting, it's what we call a deciduous conifer. It's one of those break-the-rule trees. The tamarack is a tree that has needles on it, has up to 15 small needles in each cluster. That in itself is not unusual, but what's unusual about it is that each fall, those needles turn bright yellow into a golden fiery yellow, and then they drop from the tree.
Along with two looks, the tamarack tree even has two names. It's known as the American larch to people who know trees. In the summer, people who don't know trees figure the larch/tamarack is just another pine tree. It's green, has needles. The wood is strong, but it grows in swamps. Maybe that's why you don't hear much about cabins or walls of tamarack. In early America, the pioneers thanked tamarack for lots of things. A concoction from the leaves or bark cured everything from piles to diarrhea. As the days of summer change to autumn, the tamarack, too, begins a transformation from plain green to brilliant yellow. Maybe tamaracks glow simply to be noticed. Author James Boswell once noted, "We must take our friends as they are." Perhaps the same should be said of the lowly tamarack. After all, any tree that cures diarrhea is a friend of mine. Well, Laura, now what do you think of that tamarack tree, huh?
It's beautiful, a golden wonder.
Indeed it is. Well, we're out of time, and we want to say thank you for joining us and introduce a kid to a tamarack tree. I'm Ron Shera.
And I'm Laura Shera.
But
the star of the show
is still Raven.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800 899-7433. For more information on these stories and more, catch us on the web at mnbound.com.